Hi everyone, this is Iris from ilee, and welcome to another pick a pile reading. Today I only have 2 piles for you. I hope you don't mind. Today we're going to see what's going to come for you in the next 2 months. Before we go into picking piles, let me briefly explain to you what you're going to expect, or at the very least what's going to happen later. I actually only pulled 6 cards for each pile. I have not seen the cards. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to be related to your love or to your career or anything that's more personal. So what I'm going to do with the 6 cards is that it's going to be, I'll call it a base reading. So from there, I'm going to see what messages come in, and then later I will probably pull more cards. It really depends on the reading. To further clarify or maybe get more messages, and then I'll also be pulling some oracle cards. I have not decided what oracle cards I'll be using. It really has to depend on what's gonna come up from the reading. Okay, all right. Yeah, so now we can go into picking the piles. So you have pile number 1 here. This is pile number 2. Okay, as you can see from the crystals here, pile number 1, this is a 6-star quartz, and for pile number 2, this is a labradorite. Okay, you can go ahead and pause this video if you need more time to meditate on the cards to see which one is calling out to you. If you have problems with the pile, you can always try to connect to the crystals and see which one's calling out to you. And whenever you're ready, I will see you at the timestamps. Timestamps are in the description box below. Hello, pile number 1. Let's go into your reading. Let's go into your reading. Who says that? Ugh. That was such a bad intro. Whatever. Okay, so let me pull the crystals here. Alright, so let's see what's coming for you in the next 2 months. The Magician, 8 of Swords, King of Swords, Knight of Swords, 10 of Swords, and the Page of Swords. So you have all the swords here, and then you have the King, the Knight, the Page. The only thing that's missing is Queen of Swords. And I like how, not that I like it, but I find there's this similarity of the 8 of Swords and the 10 of Swords here, in a sense that it's like it's an energy of being stuck, being stagnant, being I want to say imprisoned, but whether or not it's by someone else or if it's your own mind, we're going to see into that. I also want to say that it's going to be a very happening kind of 2 months for you, and this I can tell is going to happen for you in the next 2 months to come. So a lot of plans, since we have a lot of swords. So the thing is that here's like this. It's going to be a very happening 2 months for you. But of course, when you do things, then the mental struggles and all kinds of struggles will come in to you, and that's how you have to. It's about you moving forward, but at the same time, trying your best to not let all these negative thoughts sabotage you. Okay, you have the King of Swords and the Page of Swords just beneath each other, above each other, and that's really good in a sense that King of Swords, Page of Swords is my study card, research card. It's an energy where you're trying to find information. So what do you do with the information? You become the King of Swords, where you plan, you strategize, and you put them all into place. Whoops. Okay, sorry about that. And just putting your thoughts and ideas into presentation, and just making sure things will go according to your plan. And with the Magician here, it's good that Magician is always a card about your willpower, meaning to say, how much do you want to how much are you willing to sacrifice? How much are you willing to go for the things that you want? Okay, so sacrifice here, I'm trying to say in the sense that how much of your time are you willing to sacrifice just to see that your goals come true? Some people, they sacrifice their time for themselves. Some people, they sacrifice their time for the social life. Some people, they sacrifice for the time for the family. Okay, it really depends on your situation. But one thing I like about the Magician is that once you have this card, it means that whatever it is that you're going for, so long as you put effort in it, it's going to be fruitful. Okay. Very likely there's also a lot of you're also going to be very, very busy. Partly, I want to say partly due to because of you being a magician, but it's also because, but it can also be like because there's so many things happening and moving. You have to be the magician to be able to take everything in and yield results. Okay, it's just that there will come a time, life has its ups and downs. Of course, there will be time where you feel where you just feel tired, there's all this mental struggle. To have 8 and 9 here is it's very harsh. I will be very honest, it's very harsh. It's different if we have 9 of Swords, which usually means anxiety and things that you can still be in control of. But when it comes to 8 and 10 of Swords, this one is, to me, is more about you have this feeling of giving up, or maybe you have given up. But giving up, it really depends on the period. See, maybe for some of you, you just have a very down, you're in a bad mood, or it just so happens that maybe some external factors or surrounding or the environment is making you feel. Let me throw that phone away. It's making you feel very tired. Okay, so one thing's for sure. I mean, it's not a lot to it's not like, oh my gosh, you're gonna win the lottery, or you're gonna meet someone. This is more of a very, very general idea of what's to come for you in the next 2 months. Okay, but that's the thing about tarot reading. Sometimes it is a gamble where we cannot always tell you, oh, you're going to get this, you're going to get that, because this is a general reading, number one. Number two, this is a collective reading, meaning to say we are going to read for hundreds and maybe 200 and maybe 1,000 people out there on YouTube. Well, my views are always under 100, so at the very least, I'm reading for 100 of you. Okay. I'm thinking if I should pull more cards for you, which I think I will, because at least you know what your next 2 months is gonna be like. So universe, do you have any extra messages? Okay, I want to pull one for the Magician and the Knight of Swords. So at the very least, you know that this is coming for you. How about, okay, okay, one card for Magician and Knight of Swords, please. Let's just see what's there. Okay, Ace of Wands. So very likely a lot of you will start something very, very new. Let me see if this is more about your work or if this is something more to your personal interest. Okay, this is something more to your personal interest. So if there's anything right now that you're thinking of wanting to do, then very likely this reading, or maybe from today, or maybe you have had this urge since yesterday or the day before to do something, and this reading is reassuring you that you are on the right track. Okay, and it's also because, and for some of you, it's definitely also because resources are getting more limited, so it's time for you to buck up. All right, so now we come to this stage where 8 of Swords and this 10 of Swords are. Let's see what is it you need to do here so that you do not fall into this energy, if possible. Okay, universe, do you have any advice for this part here? The moon. Okay, so it's very likely because, okay, it's like this. Very likely you wanting to start some sort of project or whatever it is that you're pushing yourself to go forward to. It will come a time where you start to wonder, can I make it? Will I make it? Is it going to yield results? Am I going to or is this going to be a failed project? Okay, then I would understand why the King of Swords and the Page of Swords is here. It's simply because you need to make some time to do more research with proper planning. Okay, so now I understand why Queen of Swords is not here, because Queen of Swords to me is always out of all the court cards, okay, the Knight, the King, the Page, and the Queen, to me, Queen is always something that's moving. Okay, so this is moving, but in a sense that their Knight is more brash. They're rushing forward, and they're not doing things in a proper manner, let's put it that way. Okay, in other words, once you get everything going, then you will be in Queen of Swords mode. All right, so anything you can tell the viewers about King of Swords and the Page of Swords? Five of Swords. Okay, one more. Okay, Knight of Pentacles. All right. Okay, so you have this. It's suddenly the reading changed, right? Okay. Initially the reading was that it's gonna be a busy month for you. Yes, it is going to be a very busy month for you because you're wanting to push this project, put this personal thing ahead. Okay, so maybe some of you, this can be as simple as, you know, maybe you want to hit the gym. It can be that maybe I don't really see this as a love reading because I don't know why you need to do some planning unless you want to check some background of other people and then decide on whether or not this person is a good love interest or not. More likely something to do with money, something to do with career. Okay, for some of you. Okay, here this part is saying because you're unsure where, if this is going to work or not, or where this is heading. Okay, so the Five of Swords here is saying because you do not want to lose anything or to risk anything. That's why the Knight of Pentacles is here, because the Knight of Pentacles is someone who is slow. There's someone who will calculate the risk before making the move. You see, the Knight here, okay, the Knight here is they're standing in front of a barren land. This at the back here, the background here is actually barren land. So imagine yourself being the Knight here, where you see everywhere around you is all barren. Where do you go? Do you head north, east, west, south? Do you stay there forever? No. So in other words, it could be that you're waiting for some sort of sign. Okay, maybe if let's say, for example, if you were the Knight of Pentacles here, so you're thinking, okay, where should I go from this spot around this barren land? So maybe you're waiting for, maybe let's say smoke, because smoke usually indicates that there's maybe campfire, or maybe there's someone there's definitely some burning, and who's starting the fire? There's definitely people, right? Then you head on to where the smoke is. Okay, so in other words, I hope you get that. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say here. Okay, so in other words, it's because you have this fear of losing everything. Five of Swords is not just about losing everything. It is also about losing your friends, losing the people that you care about, you trust, and it's also about feeling that you are not good enough. It's a bit of a self-victimization card. Okay, perhaps you feel that perhaps you're wanting to, let's say, to create trust with your peers, with your friends, with your colleagues. Okay, so you have to do a lot of research here. That's what this reading is saying. This reading itself is this whole reading's advice. Okay, so in other words, whatever it is that you're wanting to start, or maybe you're already starting, and if you have doubts about this thing, don't worry. Sometimes, a lot of times, people focus on the problem instead of the solution. Okay, so what is your problem? And the thing about humans, which I find a lot from my personal reading clients, is that they tend to focus on the wrong thing. Maybe it's because okay, because you are in the problem. Of course, it's very difficult for you to see where the problem is. This is why you need to talk to your friends. If you don't want to do a tarot reading, it's fine. At the very least, you need to talk to friends who can be honest with you, who can see from a different perspective, who can see your problem from, let's say, a bird's eye view. Okay, and you will get a different perspective that may be helpful for you, that may be additional information for you. Okay, so this right here is just saying that there's no need for you to worry. There's no need for you to wonder if this is gonna work, if this is gonna, what if I fail again, what is gonna happen, everyone's gonna laugh at me and all that. Okay, then do more research. That's it. That's the solution. Okay, you don't maybe you have this this feeling to push yourself to reach your goal as fast as you can. You know, a lot of people always say, I want to retire by 40 years old, I want to retire by 50 years old. And then when they can't meet their milestones, they start to tense up and get stressed because they want to retire by that age, but they know they cannot. Okay, so I would say whatever it is that you're wanting to do, you still need more time for yourself. You still need more. You still need to do more research, proper planning. All right. I would say that take this 2 months time to really analyze your situation, analyze your plan, okay, and wait for the right time to come. Wait for the smoke to come. Okay. All right. Okay. Now I'm going to pull you some additional advice for you. So this is from the Wild Offering Oracle deck. So universe, what messages do you have for those who pick pile number 1? What advice do you have for them? Okay, so I will pull 2 cards. So what is your advice for them with regards to this reading? Aging. So perhaps this is part of the reason why you feel you know there's a rush, there's a need, because you know time is of the essence to you. Maybe you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm 30 years old, I'm 40 years old, I still have not started my business, and you sort of like, you know, you want to reach that stage, but at the same time, when you haven't hit the milestone, you get stressed. It's exactly like what I told you just now. Okay, so it's like this. Take the time to plan instead of rushing things and then failing it and then having to restart all over again. Okay? All right. So one more thing. But I also want to say this. You may think that age is your limitation or is your obstacle. You know, maybe you feel that you don't have any more time, and you know your children are growing up, your people, your loved ones are waiting for you to do something. But I also want to say, with age comes experience. Very likely, you know, everyone has experience. Everyone has their own, I mean, as you age, you collect all the experiences around you and all the and you learn from other people. You learn about yourself. Okay? Use that to your advantage. Okay? Okay, one more advice, please. Oh, you have 2. Okay. Travel and love. Okay, so for some of you, this is definitely, you know, as literal as it is, travel, because, you know, perhaps you find that, okay, you're aging and you want to be able to travel the world at least by a certain age and enjoy your time with your family or with your loved one. And probably that's why, you know, to me, it really looks like it's an environment, external factor, or more like an environment factor. So this can be just as simple as you wanting to travel elsewhere, but because of COVID-19, because borders are still closed, so you still could not go anywhere. And very likely for some of you, you're wanting to travel to meet your loved ones, to meet your family whom you have not seen for a long time. I myself have not seen my parents for almost a year. I miss them very, very much. Even talking about them, I want to cry. but sometimes it's best that to give it time for the virus to settle down, for the vaccinations, everything to get up, to start moving. Then we get like and then everyone is feeling more safe and more secure than exposing our loved ones to the possibility that we may carry the virus to them. Okay, all right. I'm going to pull you some more because I think this one is very specific. So if there's anything else, otherwise, I think I'll pull one more. Impatience. See? So it's like I said, whatever it is that you're wanting to do, you're rushing yourself. Maybe you're telling yourself, I'm aging, I'm getting old, I need to do this. Yeah, you have, of course, I'm not going to tell you that you don't have to do it. You have the magician, you have everything at hand. It's just that you just have to wait for the right time. Okay, because otherwise, for all you know, if you rush forward and then suddenly that thing fails and the project fails, and then things get haywire, and it's going to give you more stress. Okay, let me think if I want to pull any more oracle cards here. Okay, maybe I just pull this one for you, or from the Botanical Inspirations. Is there anything that you want them to know? Thankfulness for understanding. Oh, okay, so I'm not sure if this is your message to me, but just try to understand the situation as much. I understand where, if you are, for those of you who are wanting to travel somewhere else to see your loved ones, especially, I understand you. Okay, it's just that, if anything, this pandemic has made us realize what really matters. Okay, it's not, and for now, you I guess at best, and this is just my opinion, of course, I want to give you the best advice, but maybe I can't. So here's my best advice to you, is that to give it more time. Now we have lots of technologies for you to reach out to your loved ones, to reach out, social medias and video calls and all that. Connect with them through technology, okay? And pray for God, for Spirit, for Universe, for their health. Make sure that they're being taken care of, okay? I think for some of you have a bit of regret. I think some of you feel that, you wish that you should have done certain things and you didn't. And this is for those of you who are, if there's a loved one related to this reading. Maybe for some of you, you have regrets. But from this reading, I want to say it's not too late. You can still make them feel loved. You can still show your love and show your care to them. Okay, maybe I know physical is physical intimacy. It's very different, right? If you talk to someone through technology, and we talk to someone, in real life, in real time, in face to face. As much as we want that physical face-to-face moments, but right now we cannot. Especially when it comes to distance, right? Try to show your care and love with what you can afford, with what you have right now. Okay, we have Facebook, WhatsApp, any other kinds of apps to help do that. And then you can always get something for them. You know, we have I don't know what you guys have in other countries. In Malaysia we have Shopee and Lazada. So yes, we buy stuffs for each other. Now after with the pandemic, now delivery services are upping their game, so it's easier for us to send gifts and essential things to our loved ones. You can do that. What else? Yeah, okay, so I want to pull another one. I don't know why the oracle cards seem to be very, very specific, but you know, I read what I see. Okay, so one more. Let's see what else comes. Dangerous pleasure. The secret of reaping the great fruitfulness and the greatest enjoyment for life is to live dangerously. I think I know some of you are willing to take to go for it, to take on the risks. I want to pull one more for this one before I say anything that I might later regret. Dignity. Okay. This one is definitely for some of you. It's more specific, and it's definitely not related to this or to this. But I don't understand why, unless this is about the base reading, which is why you had to rush, why you had to push forward and get your goals and your achievements done within a certain period, because your dignity is on the line, because you feel your dignity is on the line. And for some of you, it's more like, I want to live my life. I don't care about the virus and all that. I'm willing to take the risk. But are your loved ones really willing to take the risk? If this is about, for those of you who are wanting to travel, if your family tells you that they're willing to take the risk, then that I have nothing else to say. Just make sure that you and your loved ones are very clear with the risks. Okay, and if both sides are willing to take the risk, then who am I to stop you, right? This is a very strong sacral chakra kind of person. I don't know why this is very, very like so different, but I really hope that some of you will resonate with this one. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it at that. All right, I can't stop, but I don't want to. So let me pull one more card for you. From this one is from the, wait, what card is this? Oh no, I forgot what this card. It's by Sherilyn Darcy. I forgot what this deck is called. It's one of my favorites. Okay, so any more? So this one I want to pull 3 cards for you. So universe, do you have anything else you want pile number 1 to know? One, 2, 3. So let me see. Dahlia, you have what it takes. So this one, okay, you have what it takes. Sunflower, practice courage each day. And Buttercup, we have be ready, the best is on its way. So in 2 months time, you will have this a very you want to start something, you're a bit worried, you don't know where it's gonna be. So this card is definitely for those of you who resonate with this base reading. Okay, just that it may take more, whatever it is that you're planning for, it may take more than 2 months. That's what this whole reading is saying. Okay, especially with the Knight of Pentacles and this Buttercup. All right, and for those of you, if this is about you wanting to travel to see your loved ones, you'll have to wait more than 2 months time. You can start planning right now. Okay, so maybe for some of you, you need to take to get your vaccination. Then you can start, you know, planning to get the vaccination. For us Malaysians, we're not sure. I think we're not sure if we can travel unless we get the vaccination yet, right? If I'm not mistaken. So go ahead and try, do any preparations that that you need to do, more research. So if this is about travel, I don't know what kind of research you need to do, except that, you know, try to keep abreast with the news and to see if the international borders will open, and then what are the necessities and what are the necessary documents you have to bring along. You know, I think for Malaysians we have to bring this card of vaccination, but we're not sure if we're allowed to fly out yet. Anyway, so okay, pile number 1, that's all I have for you. I really hope this helps. At the very least, I hope it gives you reassurance. It gives you a very clear mind on what you need to do, what you have to do. I just hope that you won't let this 8 of Swords and this 10 of Swords overwhelm you. Okay? Alright, thank you so much for your time. I will see you next video. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. This is going to be your reading. Okay, so I'm going to put this Labradorite here. It's my favorite. I love Labradorites. Look at this, look at this. See that? I like Labradorite so much. I'm sorry. Okay, so Knight of Swords, Hierophant, Justice, okay. Ace of Cups, 7 of Wands, 3 of Swords. Just a glimpse through. There is someone. I'm not sure if this is someone new. Very likely someone new, because Ace of Cups. I don't see the other person, but this reading feels more like there's something related to someone else. And it may be that this person, okay, there's no Wheel of Fortune here or Lovers, but I feel there's something that is Hierophant to me has come as divine timing, because it's more like this is the order of the universe and the gods and and all the writings are and the heavens writings are all there, so you just have to follow the scripture, follow the pace and everything. To be honest, I'm a bit annoyed, but it has come to me as that. So okay, let me try to, because there's a lot of messages coming through, let me try to organize my thoughts for a moment. Because it's kind of, I know something's coming, and then it's not really chaos, there's a lot of block here, in the sense that there's a barrier here, because we have the 7 of Wands here, and then we have the Ace of Cups and the 3 of Swords. So it's like, it's kind of like there's something new, but there may be heartache again. So it could be that, so this one could be you, okay, 7 of Wands. So this part here could be you, because something appears, but at the same time you're so scared of this to be in the 3 of Swords. And why do you have to be scared is because very likely in the past there was something happened, it hurt you before, and you're so afraid to go through it again. Or maybe just some sort of past experience that led you to lose your confidence. I don't think you lose your confidence. It's just that it just makes you feel more guarded. But for whatever that's coming in, it's sort of like universe is saying, okay, you've been through this, maybe you've passed the test, here it is, here's your reward. Okay, so it really depends on what it is that you have sowed in, but I don't think you know what it is. It's, to me, it's more like some sort of karma kind of thing. You'll be like, what? I didn't do anything. What have I been doing in the past 2-3 months? No, nothing. I didn't do anything. I didn't even do anything last year. And then, so by now, I think you'll be like, what is Iris talking about? I have no idea what she's talking about. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get there. Give me some time, guys. It's something is coming. I just don't know what it is yet. So let me try to find out what it is. I think maybe you need more. I hope you can see it because this is a general reading. I don't want. I'm a bit worried that if I pulled, maybe it comes out as love, but only 50% of you can resonate, and the other 50% of you resonates more to career. So, but you know, sometimes tarot readings are a gamble. Okay. One thing you need to know: I don't take flip cards. Okay. Okay, universe, I need help. It's too broad. If you can help me narrow it down, that would be really great. Really great. Tell me more about the Knight of Swords and this Ace of Cups. Two of Coins. Give me one card for the Knight of Swords, please. I'm a very bad shuffler, so... Give me one card for the Knight of Swords, please. The Magician. Okay, so the person coming in is this Knight of Swords, which I'm pretty sure for most of you who can read tarot, like, it was already there, Iris. And Knight of Swords is someone coming in. Well, yeah, I know. I just want to double confirm, okay? So someone is coming in and is coming in very fast. So for the next 2 months, okay, fast is a very relative term. Maybe for some of you it may be tomorrow, for some of you it can be next week, for some of you it can be next month. By now you'll be like, well, that's next month is not fast. Well, yeah, I mean, because it's relative, okay? Maybe as compared to 1 year, maybe for some of you it's been, let's say you have not talked to this person in 3 years, in 3 years. So suddenly tomorrow they come back. For some of you, it may be that you have not talked to this person for 2 months. And then with the Hierophant, when there's a structural order of the heavens involved, it may be that you have to go through certain processes for you both to come back together. Okay? But once this Knight of Swords, this Magician Knight of Swords person comes back, you will have this, you will wonder, you know, whether or not you want to talk to this person, whether or not you want to meet with this person. Tell me more about the Ace of Cups. Nine of Coins. You're not that wanting to move forward to this person. That's what I can tell. I mean, you can already tell from these 3 cards here. Alright, so anything you can tell me about a Hierophant? Five of Coins. One of you is spiritually exhausted. Maybe for some of you, it's like, oh my god, it's this stupid divine timing issue again. I can't. is some of you may have like, you know, it's like, oh my gosh, I can't deal with divine timing ever again. No, oh my god, I cannot. I hate divine timing. I do too. I hate this kind of concept. But certain things are really out of our hands. Okay. Seven of Wands. Anything you can tell me with the Seven of Wands? Queen of Swords. So very likely, I can tell you straight, this is definitely you, right? Very guarded again. You say Seven of Wands is already a very guarded energy. The Queen of Swords is someone like, hey yo, come near me and I will stab you. I just noticed that there's 3 dogs here. Could indicate Cerberus. It could. It could. Or you know, they're just very, very cute puppies. Alright. So, what's with the Justice here? Okay, it can be like this. For some of you, whoever this person... Not for some of you, for all of you. Whoever this person is coming back, you're not really that like... Oh, hey, well, hi, welcome back. You're more like, oh, it's you, you're back. That kind of energy. Because you are, for some of you, I'll be really, really honest. You're wanting to take revenge for what this person has done to you. Okay? Which is why Justice and the Three of Swords here are above each other. Above, you know, just near to each other, let's put it that way. Because it's kind of like I said, you reap what you sow. So maybe for some of you, this is, you know, this person hurt you in the past, and now universe is giving you a chance. Okay, so I'm bringing this person back to you. What do you want to do? Either you want to cut this cycle of revenge, or if you want to, you know, do onto them what they did onto you. Okay, so you must show me Justice. This is very intense. Oh, wish. Tell me more about Justice. Knight of Wands. Three of Swords. Yeah, you can expect some arguments, and it's like swift justice. Can expect. It's interesting that even though this person, whoever this is coming back, you're not that hurt, you're not that in pain, even though I have the Three of Swords here. I mean, there is hurt, there is a scar, but you are strong enough, and I want to say you are more aware of what's happening in a bigger perspective. Okay, so maybe for some of you, you're like, you didn't expect to see this person back, but I don't see Tower, I don't see anything like wow. So I think some of you know that this is what is supposed to happen. Universe, do you have any other advice before we move into the oracle? So Universe, do you have any advice for them? Emperor. One more. Ace of Wands. Okay. So Emperor is telling you to be firm with your decisions. Very likely some of you, for some of you, you're still thinking on whether or not this person is worth it. Do I open my arms? Do I welcome them back, or see where this goes? That one should be Two of Wands, but Two of Coins is about, you know, calculating whether or not this person is worth it to come back. or if this person is worth risking your career, your life for. So for some of you, you already decided what you want to do with this person, and it's about you sticking to what it is that you've decided. Sometimes people say, oh, make decisions, okay? Decide on something. The only thing I find most of my clients having problem with decisions is that they cannot stick to it. Okay, so take some time to contemplate what you really want. And then it's about discipline. Make sure you weigh out the pros and cons, and just try to stick to that decision, regardless of how the other person reacts. Maybe for some of you, the person has been hot and cold, so it's very difficult for you to decide. When this person goes cold, you go like, oh, I don't want this person anymore. Oh, this person can go whatever with themselves for all I care. And then when they suddenly come back, you go, oh my gosh, this is the person of my dreams. I'm gonna have a family with them. I'm gonna have children with them. La 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 la. So just stick to one decision. Okay? If you want them, then go all out for it. If not, then be firm. Then just focus more on what it is that you want. Okay? All right. Okay, so I'm going to pull you some oracle cards. This is from the Wild Offering oracle deck. So just pull some advice for you to see if there's additional messages. Okay? So universe, what advice do you have for those who pick pile number 2? Universe, what advice do you have for those who pick pile number 2? Doubt, health, clarity. I have had a feeling it was more about mental health already. So clarity is exactly what we've talked about. It's kind of like this is also part of your journey as to learning how to decide for yourself, learning how to make decisions that's good for yourself. Okay, so clarity is asking you, clarity has something to do with this Emperor, like I mentioned. Actually, all of them has something to do with the Emperor. So don't doubt your own decisions. It's exactly like what I said. The problem is not about making decisions. It's the problem is about sticking to one. Okay, and having the doubts go over and over in your mind, it just makes it terrible. It just makes you feel horrible because you feel like, oh my gosh, am I going to regret this? Then you also have to weigh out how do I put this? You should also weigh out the regrets. Let's say if maybe you want to stick to this person, what is the worst thing that can happen for that person to suddenly abandon you in the future? Are you willing to risk that? What if, let's say, you're not wanting this person now? What's the worst that can happen? To be honest, I don't think there's anything worse. It's just that the worst thing is that could be that you having to suffer heartbreak now. But I think this must have happened before. So I guess the worst case scenario will be like you'll be single forever, which I don't think is a problem. Being single is cool, okay? You can do whatever you want. So I really don't feel this is more about physical health. It's really more about your mental health, your mental state of mind. But perhaps for some of you, whoever this person is, maybe this person has affected you in terms of your health. Maybe they made you so heartbroken to the point that it affected your physical health. Some people are like that. And in that case, shouldn't you focus more on yourself then? Okay, I'm gonna pull one more card for you because the other pile I pulled 4, so it's only fair. And because I like pulling oracle cards for you for readings. Compassion. Okay, this can go both ways. Okay, my reading here is not for me to tell you whether you should let this person in or not. My reading here is to tell you that you should make that decision yourself and stick to it. Okay, so for compassion, to be honest, I don't think this compassion is for the other person. Of course it can be. Okay, I don't know, maybe this person finally comes back and regrets, say, oh, you are the love of my life, I regretted leaving you, la 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 la, let's get married and all that. But compassion here could be more likely for yourself. Be kind to yourself. You deserve someone better. If this person is an ass, I mean. Okay? Alright. Now I'm going to move to another oracle deck. This is the Botanical Inspirations. Okay, so I pulled 3 cards just now. Okay, so 3 cards here. Faithfulness and modesty, always joyful, and power and healing. So this is definitely about you having to heal from something made by someone else, very likely. Okay, or it can just be as simple as just some general healing for you. You know, it's general healing in the sense that, you know, maybe someone hurt you before and this person made you feel small, and you have to go through this healing process on why you would let not why you would let on why you feel bad about yourself because of someone else's opinion, and a bad opinion at that. Okay, faithfulness and modesty. I don't think that it's about the other person being faithful to you. I think it is a reminder for you on what faithfulness is about. And modesty, here means that, you know, be humble to listen. So very likely this person comes back and they have something to say. It's totally up to you. Okay, I'm just giving you some suggestions. It's okay if you don't want to follow. Okay. Sorry about that. My mom called me, so I have to pick up the call. It's been a while. It's been a long time. It's been a year since I seen her. I see my mom, so it's important to me. Okay. So where was I? So we talked about this, right? Yeah, I said something about modesty, you know, to humble yourself enough to listen to whatever and to whoever this person wants to tell you. You know, they're coming back, very likely they want to tell you something, and maybe for some of you are like, no, you hurt me before, I don't want to ever to talk to you again. Well, maybe this person has something to tell you, and you will have to lower your ego and your pride just to give it a listen, just to hear what this person has to say. And I remember I said something like, it's just a suggestion, So you don't have to listen to me if you don't want to. If you think you're done, then you're done, okay? Because this reading is about, you know, sticking to a decision, okay? And perhaps for some of you, this is some sort of a trial for you. You know, you perhaps for some of you, it's like, okay, I don't want to have anything to do with this person again. And then this person comes to you, okay? So you listen to what this person has to say. Of course, perhaps maybe this person tells you all the flowery things. Oh, I regretted everything. I want to be back with you. And then because you've thought of all the pros and cons, you've thought of the future, the future and everything, and you can just say to that person, no more. I don't want to have to deal with you anymore. This is our last goodbye, la 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 la, and just stick with your decision. Maybe this is the kind of closure that you need. Okay, just a suggestion. It's totally up to you. If you think that cutting away this person for good is better, then go ahead, because this is a general reading anyway. Okay? And then always joyful is that whatever this person says or do is nothing to do with you. Okay? You can only, you know, this card to me is saying that don't let this person affect you. Don't let this person decide that they are your happiness. You are your own happiness, and you can be happy with or without them. Okay? And that is very likely part of your healing process. Okay, before you go, I want to pull you more cards. So I forgot what this, I didn't check what this deck is. Even in pile number 1, I don't know what, I forgot what this deck is called. It's one of my favorites by Cheryl Darcy. Okay, never mind, it's okay. I'll just pull you 3 cards and then we'll see what happens. Okay. Okay, what cards do you have for those who pick pile number 2? In 2 months to come. Alright, so Tulip, you are worth what it is you desire. Poppy, remember who you wanted to be. And Boronia, do not fear or doubt the new paths ahead. So this reading, like I said, it's not to tell you whether or not you should go back to your person or whether or not you should walk away. It is for you. This reading is to empower you. It is to tell you to be firm, to understand yourself, to understand what it is that you really, really need, and to decide what is your future. Okay? I think this reading is really, it's that kind of empowering kind of reading to reassure you, okay? And also to tell you to not be afraid. To not be afraid of the road less taken. To not be afraid of the path that you did not choose. It is also telling you that you must be willing to take the risk, you know, the risk of losing this person forever, or the risk of having to be with this person and get your heart broken again. None of my cards are telling you to go back or to not go back or to leave this person, actually. So you decide for yourself, okay? My cards here are just telling you that I gave you a lot of advice and a lot of tips, I believe, for you to realize that the power is within yourself. Okay? Alright, pile number 2, that is all I have for you. So you have the whole 2 months to think about this. Yeah, I think the person will come back within the 2 months, but until that person does come back, perhaps you will have to start to think about you know, from the beginning when you meet this person, what happened in between, what was the red flags you missed out, or what was it that you could have changed, you should have changed, and what is it that you're willing to risk for this person, and whether or not if this person should or should not be in your future. Okay. All right, so that's all I have for you, pal number 2. Thank you so much for your time. I will see you next video. Bye.